everybody, Joan Zodianz here. Let me fix my eyelashes because they're crazy today. And today we are going to touch on the 12 zodiac signs, female version. Hey. So if you haven't watched the male versions of it yet, then you need to head on over to my channel and start watching, binge watch that shit. Just kidding, you ain't gonna do all that. So let's go ahead and just get into it. If you're not familiar with Aries, Aries is a fire cardinal sign, okay? So this is a fire element and it's the quality is cardinal. So naturally, the female versions of the zodiac will be a little bit more emotional because women are naturally more emotional than men. So when it comes to the Aries female, you can for sure bet that they are very sensitive. Everything about them is extra. In a good way, in a good way, in a good way. I want people to know that I always try to say things, the good and the bad, okay? So we'll start off with the good. This is a ambitious individual. This is a person that's going to be very driven, but then also spontaneous, impulsive. All of the natural fire sign qualities will be there. But you're also going to get somebody that's very sensitive, okay? When I talk about sensitive, I'm talking about somebody who wants to be completely open and transparent and at times vulnerable with their lovers, okay? Or in relationships in general, in friendships, in partnerships, whatever. They are completely transparent. They will lay everything out for everybody to see because they keep it real. This is a sign that likes to keep it 100, okay? They don't really like to shy away from anything. This is a warrior sign, so they are very I want to say used to confrontation, but if a confrontation does erupt, then they'll handle it. And as the first zodiac sign of the astrological calendar, they can be a little bratty or selfish to other people, but I like to see it more as they're very controlling sign, right? They need to make sure that everything is in place for it to move forward. So you can find them also cutting off a lot of relationships very quickly because if they don't see that there's any progression to move forward, like they give 200% and the other person's not giving 200%, then they're just gonna, okay, this is a waste of my time. And as a cardinal sign, they don't like to waste any of their time, but this is one cardinal sign that will cut it off like that. But at the same time, they're also very forgiving. So if you keep it real with them and you're open and you're transparent with them, like, okay, this is why I was acting this way, then they're very understanding at the same time too. So it's kind of, I'm not say it's conflicting because it's not. It's very easy to get along with an Aries woman. You just have to make sure that you're willing and prepared to give as much as she's gonna give into the relationship. And this bleeds into all of her relationships, okay? This is not just, just you. This is like everybody. She needs, and if you're not close to her, you're not close to her, that's fine. And she'll accept that. If you say you're not her friend, then she's gonna accept that. She's not gonna pester you. This is a very aggressive and intense zodiac sign, so when she gets upset, she's probably gonna go to 100 real quick. Okay, she doesn't want to be disrespected. That's a cardinal trait. All right, I mean, that's everybody. Nobody wants to be disrespected, but for an Aries to be disrespected, they are going to take it personal. So they're not gonna try to even understand the situation right away because they're very short-tempered and they're very impulsive. So they can just flip the switch right away. It'll take them a little bit to calm down, but once they're good again, they're good again. Like it doesn't, it's very rare when this sign holds on to grudges with people. They feel like it's a waste of their energy. They'd rather put it to more positive usage, okay? Because they are a very ambitious sign and they're a very progressive sign, right? They always have to be moving forward. When this sign is not moving forward in their lives, they can okay, they can be very negative to other people. Aries naturally is a very competitive sign. I'm not saying that they're natural haters, okay? I'm not saying that because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if they're not progressing in life, they can kind of go on a rants or tangents about people who are progressing in life. That comparison trait that they do with themselves, it's hard for them to get rid of sometimes. But again, that's really rare. That's when they really hit like rock bottom for them. It can be very tough for them to get out of it because they do so much comparisons. They do so much comparing. And they think that everything needs to be now, or there's this quick timeline for everything. Like everything to them is like very fast. So it's like, it's weird because it's like going through life phases. Their life phases are very fast. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but you let me know in the comments, because that's on the real. Long story short, if you're involved with an Aries female, just again be prepared to give more than 100%. They can come off as very needy because they give, and I don't want to say that they're needy. They're a very independent sign, okay? But when they're in a relationship with somebody, they really, really want to come together and make that 100. So they'll give more than 50%. They expect you to give more than 50% so that together you guys can rise and be this ultimate power couple. That's their ideal relationship, that you guys are winning. And it's constantly winning, right? It's never backtracking on anything. It's always moving forward, and it's always bigger and bigger and bigger dreams. This is a sign that likes to get ahead of everybody, and when they're not getting ahead of everybody, they can become very frustrated and difficult to deal with. So if you are with an Aries female, you just have to know that you always have to encourage her and uplift her and give her that positive energy, because she's going to give it 100 right back to you. And when you're suffering, she's going to be ride or die. Aries women are ride or die females, and they expect that from their partners too when they're not doing so good. So that's the sum of it all. I can go on forever, but I'm not going to do that in your guys' ear. And if you guys have any questions or comments, just leave them down below and I'll try to get to them. Yeah, and last but not least, if you haven't watched the Aries male version, then head over to my channel and go ahead and do that. So thank you guys, and stay tuned.